everybody, welcome back to my channel Health Fitness 1047. My name is Ryan, the Ryan wish you a good night. Here is episode new, follow me.
The next Planet of Apes movies show we are still a long way from the franchise's biggest twist. The recent reboot of the Planet of the Apes series has been unexpectedly successful, with fans eager to see how it connects to the original films. Each installment, particularly the upcoming Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, progresses the story by advancing the timeline significantly. Despite the technological advancements depicted, the ending indicates that humans remain a significant presence, suggesting that the apes are still far from achieving their ideal society. This ongoing conflict provides ample opportunity for future storytelling. The modern trilogy serves as a prequel to the 1968 film, exploring the origins of the apes and their rise to intelligence in a unique manner. 2. We are just gonna say it, this major part of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child makes no sense while fans are excited about the upcoming Harry Potter reboot. The stage show, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, receives less attention. This production focuses on the next generation at Hogwarts but contradicts the original story regarding the Sorting Hats process. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry's placement in Gryffindor involves hesitation in his input, highlighting that sorting reflects more than just behavior. However, the Cursed Child seems to overlook this complexity in the sorting process. 3. Demi Moore's Oscar nomination for her role in The Substance is a significant achievement for horror fans, as a win would make her only the fourth actress to win an Oscar for a horror film, joining Kathy Bates, Jodie Foster, and Natalie Portman. This nomination reflects a recent trend in the Best Actress category towards more experimental performances, following Michelle Yeoh's win for Everything Everywhere All at Once and Emma Stone's for Poor Things. Moore's nomination is notable given the unique and unconventional nature of her film. 4. Ernst Stavro Blofeld is the only villain that James Bond has faced multiple times throughout the franchise, first appearing in From Russia with Love and making his last pre-Daniel Craig appearance in Never Say Never Again. When Christoph Waltz was cast as the antagonist in Spectre, there was anticipation that he would portray Blofeld. However, he initially presented as Franz Oberhauser before ultimately being revealed as Blofeld, which was seen as a missed opportunity for a significant moment in the Daniel Craig era of Bond films. The legacy of Blofeld looms large over Spectre. 5. They're kind of thriving. Yellowjackets' Sophie Thatcher on Natalie's reign as the Antler Queen in Season 3, Yellowjackets, a critically acclaimed Showtime series that debuted in late 2021. Features standout performances from Sophie Thatcher and Kevin Alves. The show follows a New Jersey high school girls' soccer team that survives a plane crash in the Canadian wilderness in 1996. Enduring 19 months of isolation, it also explores the long-term effects of their trauma 25 years later. Season 3 is set to premiere on Valentine's Day on Showtime and Paramount+. Thatcher portrays Natalie Scotorcio, who has a complicated relationship with Alves' character, Travis Martinez, alongside other notable cast members like Melanie Lynskey. 6. Discusses the decline in quality from the original 1987 film, RoboCop, to its 1993 sequel, RoboCop 3. The original, directed by Paul Verhoeven and starring Peter Weller, was a hard R-rated satire that effectively portrayed the tragic nature of the character Alex Murphy, RoboCop. In contrast, RoboCop 3, directed by Fred Decker, shifted to a PG-13 format aimed at a younger audience, losing the dark satire that defined the first film. Weller's absence, due to his disappointment with RoboCop 2, left Robert John Burke, His replacement, unable to capture the same depth and humanity, disappointing fans of the franchise. 7. Play video Dog Man was a major box office success in 2025. Initially debuting with $36 million and ranking first. However, it recently dropped to number 4 following the premiere of Captain America: Brave New World. In its third weekend, it earned $9.7 million, bringing its total domestic gross to $66.8 million and $17.6 million internationally, for a worldwide total of $84.4 million. Despite a 30% drop from its second weekend, Dog Man is expected to surpass the $85 million mark soon. Eight. The CBS sitcom Ghosts has showcased various romances over its 4 seasons, primarily focusing on the relationship between Sam, Rose McIver, and Jay, Utkarsh Ambudkar, which adds humor to the show as Jay cannot see the ghosts. Other notable but unsuccessful romances include Isaac, Brandon Scott Jones, and Nigel, John Hartman, and Hetty, Rebecca Wasaka, and Trevor, Asher Grodman. However, the partnership between Flower, Sheila Carrasco, and Thor, Devin Chandler Long, who became an official couple in Season 2, is highlighted as a relationship that deserves more exploration in the series. 9. Ne Zha 2, a Chinese animated film, debuted domestically while continuing its record-breaking success, having already surpassed $1.5 billion at the box office before its international release. It is poised to become the highest-grossing animated movie ever, with projections of over $2 billion worldwide. Currently, its global box office total is approximately $1.65 billion, positioning it close to entering the top 10 highest-grossing films of all time, surpassing titles like Jurassic World. This success highlights the growing significance of the Chinese film market. 10. McFarlane Toys is celebrating the iconic Batman story, Batman: The Killing Joke, with a new action figure as part of their Cover Recreation line. This gold label figure reimagines the haunting cover image of the Joker taking a picture with an old-fashioned camera, capturing his signature grin. The figure reflects artist Brian Bolland's realistic style and is designed to evoke the dark context of the original story, which delves into the Joker's origin and features characters like Batgirl. 11. Paddington in Peru, the third installment of the beloved children's franchise, provided counter-programming to Captain America: Brave New World this weekend. The film exceeded expectations with a domestic box office debut of approximately $14 million and is projected to reach around $17 million over the extended President's Day holiday. It has already earned over $115 million internationally, bringing its total global earnings to $129 million. Originally set for a January release, Paddington 3 was delayed by a month, allowing it to perform well overseas first. The film, produced on a budget of about $90 million, has received excellent reviews. 12. The Indian film Pushpa 2. The Rule is experiencing significant success on streaming platforms after a successful box office run, grossing over $210 million. An extended 224-minute version was released on Netflix, where it has remained in the global top 10 films, non-English, for 2 weeks and is trending in 14 countries. In its first week, it debuted at number 2 with 5.8 million views, but slipped to number 3 in the second week, accumulating a total of 3.6 million views that week. Overall, the film has garnered around 14 million viewing hours in 2 weeks. 13. Dune. Part 2 has achieved significant success, earning 92% from critics and 95% from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes, and grossing over $700 million globally, making it one of the top films of 2024 and a highly successful sequel. The film continues the story from Dune, Part 1, which won 6 Academy Awards. Director Denis Villeneuve has confirmed that production on the third installment, Dune, Messiah, will start this June, earlier than previously anticipated. Additionally, Zendaya is set to reprise her role as MJ in Spider-Man 4, which will also begin filming this summer. 14. The Terrifier franchise, known for its brutal horror films featuring Art the Clown, has gained immense popularity, particularly with the release of Terrifier 3, which performed well at the box office. This success has led to a surge in merchandise, including clothing, animatronics, Halloween costumes, and collectibles. Trick or Treat Studios is now launching a new action figure collection based on Terrifier 2, featuring 4 figures. 2 versions of Art the Clown, one bloodied and one in sunglasses, along with The Little Pale Girl and the franchise's final girl, Sienna Shaw. 15. Daisy Ridley expressed her enjoyment of being part of the Star Wars universe during a Q&A after a screening of her film Cleaner in New York City. She shared her experience of re-watching The Force Awakens for the first time in years, noting that she had seen it a few times around its release and recently caught parts of it while at the gym. Ridley mentioned that she generally finds it easier to separate her performance from the overall film, although watching herself can still be uncomfortable. 16. I certainly have been very involved. Daisy Ridley reveals her hands-on approach to her new Star Wars movie. Daisy Ridley, who began her acting career in the early 2010s, gained fame for her role as Rey in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, starting with The Force Awakens in 2015. Despite the mixed reception of The Rise of Skywalker, it was announced in 2023 that she would reprise her role in a new Jedi Order film directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. In a recent interview, Ridley discussed her potential involvement as a producer and her engagement in the project, indicating a more active role this time around. 17. Star Wars fans are currently enjoying the new Disney Plus series Skeleton Crew, which has received positive reviews, scoring 95% from critics and 80% from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes. However, earlier this year, fans were disappointed by the cancellation of The Acolyte, despite its strong critical acclaim and viewership. The cancellation was particularly frustrating because the series had set up numerous future storylines. Manny Jacinto, a star of The Acolyte, revealed during a Fan Expo panel that the creator had envisioned a 3-season arc for the show before it was cancelled. Although he acknowledged that a finite ending can make a story feel more special. 18. The Acolyte does what no other Star Wars story has been brave enough to do. The latest episode of The Acolyte, titled Night, explores the perspective of the Sith during a time when the Jedi are at their strongest. The shocking reveal of the stranger's identity, played by Manny Jacinto, is accompanied by a brutal confrontation with the Jedi, prompting viewers to consider whether the Sith can be seen as sympathetic. This narrative challenges the traditional portrayal of the Jedi and Sith in the Star Wars universe, raising questions about the motivations behind the stranger's actions. The show, set to release in 2024, is created by Leslie Headland and features a diverse cast. 19. Disney and Lucasfilm's decision not to proceed with a second season of The Acolyte has left fans and the cast, including co-star Manny Jacinto, frustrated and disappointed. Despite the first season's setup for a continuation, the cancellation was announced in August, prompting fans to start a petition for renewal. At Dragon Con, Jacinto expressed his desire for a second season, stating it has become one of his life goals, which resonated with the audience and received enthusiastic applause. 20. In 2024, the Star Wars series The Acolyte was cancelled after just one season, despite receiving strong reviews and setting up potential storylines for future seasons. While its cancellation was attributed to poor viewership, a report from Luminate revealed that The Acolyte was actually the second most watched show on Disney+, with 2,673 million minutes viewed, only behind Percy Jackson and The Olympians. This contradicts claims about its low viewership, as it significantly outperformed other shows like Star Wars: The Bad Batch.